Michelle. Welcome to Yoga for Tiny Hotel Rooms. This is going to be a standing practice. No yoga clothes or equipment required. You can wear shoes or you can be barefoot. This is a practice intended for anywhere where you have limited space. Maybe you had a late check-in, so you don't have very much time, you're a little tired. Maybe a shared space with a roommate, or just a really itty-bitty hotel room where you just have a tiny corner by the bed. This is also intended for places that have suspicious carpet. If you're anything like me, you are suspicious of all hotel carpet. So we won't be getting on the floor today. It's okay if you don't have a mat or a towel or anything to put down. You can wear your socks or your shoes and just find a little space that you can stand in. And whenever you do, go ahead and settle in a nice standing comfortable position. We'll take our feet about hips width distance apart. For reference, that's about 2 widths of your fist here. So you can lean down and put your fist in between, or you can just kind of eyeball it. So just a little bit wider than you may normally stand. And we'll take a moment just to come into our bodies and notice what's going on today. So you can close down the eyes if you're comfortable doing that. If you feel a little wobbly with the eyes closed, you can leave them open. Maybe just take a soft gaze. And take a deep breath in through your nose. Let it all out through the mouth. Just noticing what your body feels like, giving yourself permission to slow down a little bit. Travel days can be tough. Hotel beds can be tough. Just give yourself a moment here to notice how you're feeling, what's going on with your body. Not judging, just noticing. Great. When you're ready, open your eyes. We'll start with a neck and shoulder release. I don't know about you, but I have yet to find a hotel pillow that I really am in love with. They all seem to be a different kind of medieval torture device. So I usually have some sort of neck stuff going on when I'm on the road. So we'll just start with some gentle stretching first. Take the right ear to the right shoulder. Hands can be in front of you. They can be released by your side. Find a comfortable position that's allowing you to relax your shoulders. I'll just breathe in here. Notice a stretch along the left side of the neck. No need to force anything. We're just letting gravity assist us here. On an inhale, come back to the center and take it to the other side. Left ear comes towards the left shoulder. Once again, nothing forced here. We're not cranking it down, not using our muscles in the neck to move. We're just allowing the weight of our head to shift, and that shifting weight allows a stretch to open up the right side of our neck. Great work. Inhale and bring it back to the center. Now we're going to take our gaze and our chin towards the ceiling, gently here, allowing the head to kind of fall back. We don't want to feel any strain on the neck here, so if you're feeling some neck tendons or muscles pulling, that's your signal that it's gone a little bit too far. You can bring your head up, back towards the front a little bit. So just feeling a nice opening here along the throat and the chest. Now exhale and let the chin fall forward towards the chest, stretching out the back of the neck. Once again here, being mindful with our movement. We're not using our neck muscles to push our neck down or push our head down. We're just allowing the force of gravity to work on our head in different positions, getting a gentle stretch. Great work. Inhale, back up to center. We're going to take some neck rolls, so all the way around in a circle. First, right ear to right shoulder, then bring the head back, left ear to left shoulder, chin to chest. Continuing on in that same motion. Nice and slow, paying attention to where we feel the sensation. Great, come back up to center, and we're going to take that in the other direction. So this time, left ear to left shoulder, head comes back, right ear to right shoulder, chin drops forward. Notice the shoulders here, if they started to creep up towards our ears. If so, you can relax them back down the spine. Great, one more roll here. Bring it back up to center. Kind of shake out the legs. You might notice you locked your knees during that. I tend to do that whenever I'm focusing on another part of the body. So we'll just bring awareness back into the whole body and check in. So how are your feet feeling? Are we scrunching our toes up? Are our knees locking at all? Take a moment to just mindfully position the body again. Allow some relaxation. Let's do some wrist mobility. Bringing the hands up in front of us. Take wrist circles. Getting a nice stretch here, nice and slow, no need to rush. You might have some snap, crackle, and pops, that's okay. Great, take it the other direction. Great, now we're going to clasp the hands together and make a waving motion. Doesn't matter which direction we're going to switch, so just pick whichever direction feels most natural to you. Allow the hands and the wrist to be relaxed here. So we're kind of moving our elbow up and allowing that to lead the motion, keeping it fluid. Now a little yoga for the brain. We're going to reverse the direction. Great. When you feel satisfied with that, hands come back into the center. We're going to form two fists together, inside of our fingers touching, inside of the wrist touching. And we're going to do wrist rolls. So wrists come forward, down, in, and up. So you'll feel a little bit of a massage kind of all the way around the wrist as we're rolling our wrists together. Once again, no forcing here, so your wrist may not come all the way together when the backs are facing, and that's perfectly fine. We don't want to force anything. Just allow it to gently roll together and take it the other direction. Great. Moving on to the spine, we're going to take some standing cat-cows, standing because we have some suspicious carpet, so we don't want to get down on that. But we can still take some nice movements through the spine. So check in with the feet. We want our feet about hips width distance apart. Hands can come to the thighs. And we'll take a deep breath in, allowing our chest to open up wide. Chin starts lifting slightly towards the ceiling. Shoulders melt down the back. Belly releases. Let go of those ab muscles. Nobody to impress here in the privacy of our hotel room. Great, exhale, start rolling through the pelvis first, arching the spine, rounding the top of the back and allowing the head to drop down heavy. Now just take a couple more of those with your own breath. So on the inhale, chest comes up, belly comes forward, shoulders melt back, gaze lifts. Exhale, take it the opposite direction, arching through the spine. Head drops, gaze can soften, shoulders come down. One more time like that. In and exhale. Coming back up to center, standing nice and tall, we'll take some side stretches. Your hands can either come up above over your head if you'd like, or you can just go side to side here. So I'm going to leave my hands down here so you can see them in the frame of the shot here. But if you prefer reaching up and over your head, that's perfectly fine. We'll start here, hands down, relaxed to the side. Take a deep breath in, stand up nice and tall. Imagine there's a string pulling the crown of your head towards the top. Exhale, lean to the right. Focusing on keeping your hips in the same place. We're looking for a side body stretch here. So hips remain static. And we're just allowing some space to come into the side, in between the ribs. Great. Check in with the neck. Are we holding any tension here? Sometimes the left shoulder likes to creep up towards the ears, so you can relax that down. Inhale, come back up to center. Exhale, take it the other direction. Just gently here, working with gravity. Good. Inhale, bring it back up to the top. Now we're going to shift our weight from side to side. If you're anything like me, you tend to stand on one hip. Specifically, I stand on my right hip, so if I'm waiting in line, I find myself over here a lot. So we're just going to intentionally shift that weight from hip to hip. So all the weight comes over to the left, all the weight comes over to the right. Just a gentle engagement here for the hips and the legs, noticing what it feels like as our weight shifts. Noticing which side feels more natural. What do you typically do when you're waiting places? One more on each side. Great. Bring it back into the center. We'll do some heel lifts. So just to exercise the calf muscles, get a little bit of blood flowing, especially if you've been traveling, you might have been sitting quite a bit. So we want to get some blood flow into our lower extremities to help with a little bit of fatigue and swelling. On the inhale, lift all the way up, heels coming up onto the tiptoes. If you don't feel comfortable here, you can place your hand against the wall, put it on the bed, help yourself balance. If that's not enough, you can even go one leg at a time. So on the inhale, one more time, up. You can place your hands wherever it helps you balance. Sometimes hands on the hips is helpful. Sometimes hands out to the side can be of use. Exhale, bring it back down. One more time, we come up on the inhale. Pay attention to your ankles here. Sometimes they have a tendency to splay out, and that's going to be kind of tough on the small muscles and tendons in our ankles. So focus on bringing the arches of the feet together, keeping our legs in one long straight line. Great work. On an exhale, bring it back down. We're going to shift into a forward fold. I'm going to turn to the side just to give you some variations here. Letting the hands and the head roll down very slowly, gently. Once you get to your range of motion, the end of it, you're starting to feel a nice stretch in the hamstrings. Gently bend the knees. And you'll notice that brings the stretch a little bit more into the low back instead of the hamstrings. You can kind of pick your poison here depending on where you're sore or where you get tight during traveling. My low back tends to get tight while I travel, so I prefer a bent knee position here. You can even grab opposite elbows. You can widen your stance here, spread the feet apart just a little bit if that gives you a little bit more comfort and balance. Eyes can be closed here or just a soft gaze. Can take any movement that feels comforting. You might sway from side to side. Good. And if you're feeling like you need a little bit more in your hamstrings, you can straighten those knees. And you'll feel a little bit more stretch here on your hamstrings and the back leg. Great. On an inhale, we're going to roll it up slowly. All the way back up to standing. Good job. And then our last position for today is going to be a willow tree. So just rocking side to side like this. If you've ever seen a willow tree, they've got the really long branches that kind of sway in the wind. So side to side here, left and right. Let the arms hang heavy and kind of have fun with it, you know. This is something you see kids do a bit. We don't get to do a lot of fun stuff. We kind of forget as adults that we're allowed to have fun in our body. Not everything has to be just for a purpose. You know, we don't have to be accomplishing something all the time. We don't have to be working on our checklist. We can just enjoy the feeling in our body, and that's enough. Take it a little bit more to the side if you want to pick up your legs a little bit more, if that feels good. Or if this feels like too energetic and you're ready to wind down for bed, slow it down. One more each side. Great. Bring it back into center. Take one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly. Let's close down the eyes for a moment. Check in with the feet. How are they doing? Relax any tension from the belly. No need to be flexing our abs. And just take a moment here to take inventory. How do you feel? What's the experience like in your body now? Can you compare that to when we began together? What are the differences? Do you feel any more relaxed? Do you feel anxious about your to-do list? Do you feel tired? It's okay, whatever it is. We're just noticing. We're not judging. There's no right or wrong answer. Just noticing what's going on in the mind and how that changes as we change our circumstances in the body. Now take a deep breath in through the nose. Sigh it out through the mouth. That's the end of our practice together today. Thank you so much for spending a portion of your day with me. Great work, and thank you so much for making time for yourself. You're making the world a better place by making your mind and your body a better place for you to live in. I'll see you next time.